I suppose, where should I start? The biggest news of the week is probably that Anna Paul launched her skincare brand, which sold out in just 7 minutes. So I was talking on Close Friends about this whole marketing tactic. So amazing. Like, this is so cool that she launched a brand and it sold out in 7 minutes. So exciting. And yeah, the product looks really great, all of that. But as far as it's selling out in 7 minutes, what I think a lot of brands do is they allocate a certain amount of stock to the launch. So it might be, say, like 40,000 units, like 10,000 of each item. And then they'll put that on the website because they have to like be able to ship those items within a certain time frame. So if they put like 100,000 of each item on there instead of 10,000, they would have so many orders that it would take like a week to physically send all of those orders. And then you'd have like customers getting angry, and it would just be like a customer service nightmare of people chasing up their orders. So a lot of the time what they'll do is they'll allocate a certain amount of stock and then sell out, and then it creates hype and everybody wants to buy the brand next time. And then they'll do like a restock, which creates more hype, and then they'll allocate more stock again. So that might be like a week later, and realistically it would take more than a week to make all the stock and like source all the packaging and everything. So yeah, if they're taking only like a week or two to restock, it's clear to me that the stock is there. It's just that they need to like restock their own warehouse kind of thing. But yeah, I didn't try to buy it, but I am going to try and buy it just because I love the hype. I love influencers and I really want to try it. I want to smell it. I want to touch the packaging. I just really want to experience it because it's very fun. Another update for the week is Indy Clinton name guesses. So everybody is very curious what she's going to be naming her future daughter. So she's already got Navy Raphael is her first child, a boy, and then her second child, a girl, is Bambi Valentine. So she's saying that she wants a middle name to match Raphael and Valentine, which are Italian-inspired names. So she hasn't chosen one yet, but she says she has chosen a first name for her future daughter. The clues she's given so far are that it doesn't end in Y or IE, so it's not going to be like Navy or Bambi. It's going to be completely different to those names. She has said that Navy knows the name and he's been telling people, but he can't pronounce some of the letters, so they don't know what he's actually saying. So that to me implies that it's not just like a 1-syllable name, probably not even a 2-syllable name, maybe it's like a 3-syllable name. And she's also been referring to her baby as Plum Pie on TikTok and using the plum emoji a lot. So Plum was previously the top guess for her future baby name because she was like joking about it, I guess. But I don't think it is Plum because Navy would be able to pronounce plum. But yeah, what do you think? I'd like people to have guesses. It's obviously going to be something very abstract like Navy or Bambi. It's not going to be something that you'll see in top names lists or anything. It's definitely going to be something. Honestly, Ruby Tuesday Matthews, she named her daughter Holiday. That was probably the sort of name that Indy would go with, Holiday for a girl. But yeah, I guess she won't now, of course. And then another update for this week is I posted a video on the public grid of Tammy Hembrough and Matt Zukowski. So Matt attended a event with Tammy. The event was Skin, the beauty salon owned by Emillee Hembrow and Amy Hembrow. They had like a VIP night with some influencers, including Grady Rose and Sammy Leo. They were there as well. But yes, Tammy and Matt were at the event together, which only reinforces the fact that they seem to be in a relationship now, or maybe they're just dating and not officially in a relationship. But Anna did post something. I wonder if she's watching. Anna posted something to her stories tonight and quickly deleted it. So she was filming herself looking down at her phone in the car, and you could hear Matt in the background saying something like, "When should we announce that we're official?" So I don't know if he was talking to Tammy or if he was talking to Anna, but yeah, it seems that there's an announcement incoming for that relationship, which everybody seems to be loving. And the final update is another Hembrow update. So Emillee Hembrow, I also posted these videos publicly. She this week was talking about how she had a fight recently with Tammy and Amy, and they both, no, I think she said Tammy blocked her on social media and Amy unfollowed her on social media. And it was just quite funny the way she spoke about it. She said that, you know, as sisters, it's normal to fight, but she would never block her sisters on social media because that's childish, which was quite funny for her to say that. And then she also spoke about the Hembrow show that everybody was asking about. It was filmed maybe 2 years ago now. Like, there was this pilot being filmed for a reality show and everybody was really excited, but then nothing became of it. But Emily has mentioned that the production company, when they showed them the final edit, it made the drama look really fake and embarrassing. And Emily was saying they didn't like the way they came across, so they decided not to proceed with the show. So I'm not sure if I really buy this story, because I feel like once you commit to a network, I don't think you would have a say in saying that you don't want it to air. And also maybe why couldn't they say, oh, we don't like the way that's edited, can you please change it? So yeah, I'm just not sure. I still believe, I believe that pilot shows are normally filmed and then they're given to networks to say, hey, we've filmed this pilot, would you be interested in purchasing this show to have on your network? But yeah, she's saying that it's a bit different to that. So I mean, my story is just what I have heard happens, but I guess we can only believe Emilee's story as the truth. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting that she finally spoke about it, because people ask about it all the time. And yeah, they also used to have a podcast, the three sisters, and they don't have that anymore. It was called Keeping Up with the Hembrows, I believe. But yeah, it was kind of boring, only in that they were very I could tell that the way they spoke, they didn't want to cause any trouble. They didn't want to speak about anything controversial, which, yeah, I can see they've got a really good grasp of their public image, so they're really good at that sort of thing. But it did make the show, the podcast show, not that worth listening to. But yeah, that's the main updates for the week. So I'm going to get into the Q&A now. So I'll just scroll back on the questions here. Oh, so when I go through the questions, I'll just let everyone know that I pick out the ones that I know the answers to. So people have said before that it's amazing I know every question, I know the answer to it. But yeah, I pick out the ones that I know the answer to. And I also try to avoid double ups. And also I avoid questions that ask about irrelevant things, they're not current updates. So yeah, that's what I do with the questions when I go through them. Let's see. Okay, here's an example. So I get asked this question every week. What do you think happened with Keiara Moore / Aussie mum vlogger and her parents? So I have done a post on the grid, on the influencer updates grid. Sorry, let's have a drink. Yeah, I have done a post. It was a summary of a podcast episode that she did. So she explained that she thinks, I think it was something she has different morals to her parents, and also her siblings had taken her parents' side in this fight. It was something to do with her wedding. But yeah, it was something to do with that. But yeah, I get asked that question every week. So I try not to answer it every week, but there is the answer again for that person. Are there any updates on Olivia, Molly Rogers and Morgan? So again, I get asked this one every week, but that's because they're quite relevant at the moment, in that maybe 3 weeks ago they got back from their holiday in Bali and they haven't posted together on social media since then. So Olivia Molly Rogers is still in New York City. Morgan has been posting himself, well, his friends actually have been posting him out in Melbourne, just at nightclubs and things. And yeah, it's now been about 3.5 weeks since they got back. They haven't posted anything. They would know that there's a lot of speculation that they've broken up. I'm getting asked every day. They would 100% be getting asked every day. And I think the fact they haven't addressed it, to me, implies that they have split. So yeah, I guess watch this space. Hopefully they haven't, but I just don't have much faith that they are still together. Girls in the Facebook group Tea Time, post your close friends, screenshots of your close friends. Yeah, I have noticed that. So I noticed that I posted a bit of stuff from the Where's Your Head At podcast. I posted some things that Izzy Armitage and Sam Guggs had said, and someone screenshot it and posted it in the Tea Time group. I mean, it is what it is. That's just what happens. It's going to happen on social media. It's not illegal or anything. And it doesn't really matter in that I got hundreds of new followers from that. So it's kind of free advertising, which is a really good thing. But the only reason why I don't like it is because it sucks for the people who pay to be part of Close Friends if everything is leaked publicly. But if one or two posts every now and then gets leaked publicly, it's really okay. Even like the Outspoken podcast, they often talk about a lot of the things I post on Close Friends because I have added them to Close Friends. And that's okay. Like, I'm totally fine with that. It's all public information that I'm posting anyway. So yeah, thank you for letting me know though. Who is Kate Szep's baby daddy? So Kate Szep is pregnant with her second child, a girl. The name is going to start with M because we had photos of her baby shower on Close Friends this week and it said, baby M. Kate Szep's baby daddy is a man called Jordan, and I think that's all I'll say, only because she does choose to keep him very private. Like, she doesn't post anything about him on social media. There is a lot on Google if you want to Google her partner. You don't need his name to Google him, just Google Kate Szep's partner. But also she never has posted a photo of her son, her first child, who is maybe like 2 or 3 now. She hasn't posted his name publicly. Mitch Orville accidentally has a few times, but yeah, it's something that she keeps very private, her partner and her children. What's the go with Emmylou's clearly sponsored family holiday? Okay, I haven't seen that, but yeah, I find that lots of influencers do sponsored holidays. So Indy Clinton, she did one recently to Port Douglas. It was a sponsorship with Jetstar, and honestly, I clicked on the link and was looking up flights to go on this holiday. It looked amazing. I think that it's a really good marketing strategy. I know that Steph Pace, she recently took her family to Dubai, and that was a sponsored trip. And again, I'm looking up flights to Dubai. Like, these holidays look so great. And the fact that they're going with children, it really appeals to myself as I have children. So I imagine it's a whole target audience, and I think it's really good marketing strategy. But that specific one I don't know about yet. Sorry. Why did Matt Poole and Tammy Hembrough call it quits? So they have never said why they called it quits. My personal theory is that they got together during COVID when we sort of had to stay within our state or within our city a lot of the time. And I guess, I don't know, I think that their relationship was very physical. Like, Tammy used to not be able to keep her hands off Matt. Like, every time you would see videos of them together, she'd just be all over him, which was so great. Like, she just seemed so in love. And then I think as the world started opening up again, they were both traveling a lot for work. Like, she was traveling influencing, he was traveling for his Ironman stuff. He was in Sydney a lot. And then he moved to Sydney towards the end of her pregnancy, which I imagine I don't know if they broke up before he moved or if they broke up while he moved, but I just think that, yeah, it seemed like a great relationship at the time when they were both on the Gold Coast. And then when they got back to their normal life of traveling and everything, it got really difficult, and yeah, they split. But again, that's just my theory. It's just based on things I've heard and what makes sense to me, but I'm not sure. It's not confirmed. Thoughts on Martha K only popping up on Insta when she has a sponsored post to post, and also never declaring that it's an ad. Yes, I think that Martha K is probably one of the worst people in terms of declaring ads. She does declare ads for JS Health, but I think that it's JS Health that stipulate that she must do that, because that's pretty much the only brand she does declare it for. Sky Wheatley also, she's very clear at disclosing JS Health ads. And I think that JS Health just don't want to open themselves up to lawsuits. And yeah, I do agree that she does post only when she's got sponsored stuff, even on TikTok, everything's sponsored. She's been doing big sponsorships with Bonds, but it is what it is. It is her job, and I still love watching her content. And yeah, I guess people find it a bit salesy, and that the influencer isn't genuine. And yeah, it kind of does feel like they're not connecting with their audience. They're just trying to sell to them. So it's not good as a long-term strategy. But also she does have, I guess her baby's quite, well, not new anymore, maybe 6 months old. But yeah, I guess it was kind of like her maternity leave, but she was still doing sponsored posts because she still has to make an income. She also did lose a lot of income for a while when she had HG. She didn't post for a few months because she was so sick. But yeah, I think that's my thoughts on that. Sorry, I'm just looking for a new question. Anna and Glen never broke up. She needed views for her skincare. I do not agree with that. I believe they have broke up. And I don't believe she needed views for her skincare. I think that it was always going to be a sellout. She's definitely one of the most famous influencers in Australia. She has like 7.5 million followers on TikTok. I was looking today, actually. It's insane. That's so many. And yeah, I don't think she needed the hype, but it certainly did create a lot of hype by breaking up with Glen. Well, announcing the breakup like a week before the announcement of the skincare launch. Someone saying that it feels like Anna's collab with Stax was a flop. I kind of agree with this. I think it probably was successful, but I think that the way it all happened, it feels like it was a flop because there was all this hype before the launch of it, like so much hype. Like everybody was so excited to be getting the clothes and the merch because it was like the pictures of Anna on one of the jumpers. I call that merch. And yeah, there was all the meet and greets at the Stax stores and it was all pre-order. And it was kind of like there was this big hype, everybody pre-ordered, and then I never heard anything about it again. So I haven't seen anybody actually, I mean, I'm sure they did get their orders, but I haven't seen content of people getting their orders and restocks and I don't know, like I'd have to look on the Stax website and see if any of it went on sale or if it sold out. But because it was pre-order, maybe it was never going to sell out because they could just keep making it based on how many orders there were. Because I think the pre-order was a few months before you were actually going to be receiving your items. But yeah, and then we sort of never heard about it again. I never see Anna wearing the clothes anymore. I don't even know if she wears Stax at all anymore. Like she doesn't even seem to promote her discount code with them anymore. So yeah, that's a bit of an interesting one. What happened to Celeb Spell Check? That one I don't know either. So what I'm going to say is my opinion. And my opinion is that I know that from me running an account like this, I have, I think, 60,000 followers. It is a very time-consuming job. Like, I get so many DMs, and when I used to post publicly, it was taking me 5 hours a day to look for content, curate the content into like the group, like the stuff I wanted to actually post and what was interesting, and like make the screenshots and everything and reply to all the DMs and do interviews. I mean, Celeb Spellcheck never did interviews, but you know, it was taking me about 5 hours a day. And her account, Celeb Spellcheck, has I think maybe 250,000 followers. So if I'm like timesing all of that by 4, that would be a lot of work. And Celeb Spellcheck never did any collaborations or close friend payments or anything. So I don't think she ever received $1 for running the account. And yeah, so it's sort of like, why would you spend that much time on something for no return? Obviously she loved it, but I think that it just sort of grew too big. And also it was becoming at a point where everything she would post would be so scrutinized. There'd be so many hate comments on everything, which is also something I have experienced. And that's why I turn the comments off on a lot of posts, because I don't want to have to moderate them. It's just too time consuming. So I imagine Celeb Spellcheck felt the same way. And then I noticed, well, everybody noticed that Celeb Spellcheck then sort of changed her content to a lot of like nostalgic sort of stuff, like Paris Hilton sort of stuff and Lindsay Lohan, rather than the Aussie influencers and the spelling errors. So yeah, I think that everybody would love for Celeb Spellcheck to come back. And I think that her account was great, and all her Q&As were really, really great. But yeah, I imagine it was just a lot of work and a lot of stress for no return. But yeah, I wish that she would start up and somehow monetize the account so that we could all support her to make it her job. But unfortunately, by being anonymous, she can't set up some sort of payment. Well, maybe she could, but I don't know how. Someone here is guessing Aurora for Indy's baby name. I think that Aurora is a bit popular. Like Amy Hembrow, her daughter's called Aurora. And yeah, I think that that's just very popular. I know a few baby's called Aurora. Oh, someone's saying, oh, okay, it's keeping up with Aussie influencers, the Australian influencer commentary account, saying that Indy Clinton messaged me this week, and I'm not going to lie, I fangirled a bit. Not only is she stunning, but actually so down to earth. Her TikTok's an absolute riot. Funny story that this person has said this, because I have a personal TikTok account where I do like mum content. There's a link in my influencer updates bio if you want to go to my personal TikTok. And Indy Clinton commented on one of my personal videos this week. It was so unexpected, and I was just like, huh? I thought it must have been like a fake Indy Clinton profile, but I clicked on the link and it was definitely her. So that was pretty cool. It was a video where I talk about the 3 things that I miss since I've become a mum. And one of them was going on holidays that aren't purely focused on children's activities. That is something I miss. And she said something like, yes, going on holidays that aren't about children's activities, this is something I miss as well. Which is also ironic because I was saying before that she was the one who advertised that Jetstar holiday to Port Douglas and made me want to book it. But yeah, that's funny. Indy's been messaging this other account as well. All right. September for Indy Clinton's baby name. That's actually a good guess. I suppose she's not due in September. That's a possibility, because that could be hard for Navy to say, and it's completely different to Navy and Bambi. All right. Paloma. I feel like Paloma, it's not common, but it's not weird. Like Bambi and Navy are probably a bit weird, but I like the name Paloma though. Okay. Someone's saying Tammy's into Matts. I think that it's just a common name really. Like Matt, what was his name? Matt Poole and Matt Zukowski. Makes it easy for all of her family. They're not going to have to like accidentally get the names mixed up. Maybe August for Indy's baby name. Well, yeah, if it was a month, that would be quite interesting. It could be Wednesday, like Wednesday Addams. That would be fun. Where did the rumours about the Kearns cheating scandal come from? I don't know. I imagine Tattle, the forums, Tattle Life, were the originators of this rumour. They seem to be, in general. They seem to talk about things before they are public. And then in terms of my page talking about it, that's just been heaps and heaps of DMs. But yeah, I'm not actually sure where it came from, and I still haven't seen any proof. So I think that that's also very interesting. It's weird when I hear rumour after rumour after rumour with no proof. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. Someone's saying that the Hembrow show, the network was Paramount Australia. Okay, because Emily didn't mention the network in her Q&A because she said she's not sure if she can for contract reasons. But yeah, this person's agreeing with me that when you sign, and you can't decide, oh, we don't like it, we're not proceeding anymore. Like, they signed up to it. But yeah, someone else asks me this every week as well. Is Hannah Orville straight? So I'm not sure of her sexual preferences, but she did queerbait one time in that she pretended to like hard launch her female-female relationship. But then she was like, ha, so funny, everybody believed it, we're just best friends. And everyone was sort of like, okay, it's not funny. Like, great that you're best friends, but it was just weird to pretend that it was a relationship announcement. People asking for Emma Claire updates. That's another one I get every week. So I don't have any updates this week. I guess, yeah, it's still just the normal update of that she seems to be doing a photography business in Sydney. And she was doing social media for a hairdresser, but she's been told she's not doing that anymore. But that just makes business sense. Like, why would she? She's no longer an influencer. So yeah, that's all I've heard recently. Sophie Keisha has a major career announcement tomorrow. I have missed that. So That's really interesting. I wonder what that might be. Because she has a makeup brand. She has a pajama brand. She has an influencing career. What major career announcement could it be? Please write ideas if you know one, or DM me, because this is so interesting to me. I really am interested in her. She's also got her books. Maybe she's doing a third book, but is that a major career announcement? Maybe she's getting into sport. She has always said that she'd be really good at sport if she wanted to be. That would be very interesting. Last week's Influencer Live, we were talking about Sarah's Day maybe being pregnant, but it seems like Kurt and the two boys are both sick this week too, so the whole family is sick. Yeah, I think that it's possible that she is pregnant and she is sick. Like, she has had influenza A, not influenza, influenza A, and I imagine her family have had it too, but she was extremely sick. And I know that when I was 8 months pregnant with influenza A, I was extremely sick. So maybe everybody's sick regardless if they're pregnant. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah just signed up. I've got the thing turned back on where it pops up when people have paid to join close friends. So I'll add you straight after the live, by the way. Just send me a DM and then I'll add you after the live. Why did Ashton Wood and Will Schmar end their relationship? This is another one that I don't know. But Ashton celebrated her birthday in Europe just last year, and Will Schmar was at it and they were kissing. So I imagine it didn't end badly. So I'm not really sure what happened, but I think they sort of rekindled for a bit, and then it was like, oh, that was a fun summer fling, but they're not back together or anything. But yeah, I'm not sure why they ended that relationship. Sorry. Has there been any Sophie Guidolin updates? So I haven't spoken about her today, but there is an update in that this week she posted on her What I Eat in a Day video. Someone said to her, wow, you eat a lot of calories, because she posted over 3,000 calories of food for the day. You eat a lot of calories. How often do you work out? And she said 4 to 5 times a day. And the response was, a day? Do you mean a week? And she confirmed, no, I mean a day. So she was saying she works out 4 to 5 times a day. And then, like, I posted about that, and then somebody found that she was commenting on somebody else's thing, that someone said she works out 4 to 5 times a day, but she means per week. But the thing is, it was her. Sophie had written that she works out 4 to 5 times a day. So I'm not sure if she works out 4 to 5 times a day or a week, but she definitely works out a lot if you look at her. She's so ripped. She's got such a muscly body and she looks extremely fit and healthy. And yeah, she posted her what she eats in a day and it seemed like a lot of food. Margot for the baby name. That would be really cute for Indy's baby name. But again, I think it's a bit common, especially with Margot Robbie, but it would be cool. Okay, people talking about Kate Zepp's boyfriend, but yes, I don't think I should be talking about that just because, like I said, it's not a public thing. I try to just stick to what's public, and she clearly doesn't want that stuff talked about, so I'm not going to talk about it. Yes, I've posted this on Close Friends tonight that the Sabo skirt owner, Tessie, I think it's Tessie, she has finally moved into her mansion called, well, it looks like Greece, but it's only got one E, Greece. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it is a Greek-inspired build and it is an absolute mansion, and she's going to be offering content creation there, like a photo studio. It looks amazing. So if you go to like Sabo Skirt or Tessie's account, you can find her Greek house build account through there. If you want to have a look at the pictures, it looks pretty amazing. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up on the questions, but I think I'm really behind. Why doesn't Holiday's dad ever help out Ruby Tuesday's Matthews? So Holiday's dad, Shannon Dodds, he works in Sydney, but I think that also he is around a lot more than what Ruby shows on her public stories. So I have joined her subscription and she does show him every now and then in that. So yeah, it seems that she just keeps that side of her life very private. Why do you need to disclose an ad? Well, I don't believe that there are laws. I talk about this most weeks as well. I don't believe that there are laws anymore regarding the ads. Some people said that the ACCC was doing a blitz on it, which is true. They did say that. It was on Facebook. But then people have reported influencers since, and ACCC have said, you know, we're not doing that anymore. It was just a blitz that we did. So I don't think anyone is policing it, but I think it's just, you should be disclosing if you are being paid to promote a product. It's like when you read a magazine and paid promotions will say in the corner paid promotion or advertisement, because that's just how it works, I guess. It's a bit dodgy, I suppose, to pretend that you just randomly like this product and promote it to your followers when you're actually being paid to talk about it. But yeah, it's an interesting question of why do they need to write it. I think it's just for trust reasons, that we want to be able to trust that if something is being recommended to us, it's being recommended for genuine reasons or for paid reasons. Where's Denny? Yeah, Style by Denny. Denny Darling Doll, I think his new account is. I'm not sure. He did an update saying that he's now going by he pronouns. And yeah, there were many other things in the update as well. But it's just, I'm saying that because every time I refer to Denny as he, I do get told that that's not correct, but that is correct according to him. And yeah, I'm not sure what the updates are with Denny, sorry. Hopefully next week we'll have some updates. Someone's saying here that the Stax fail would have been why they made her skincare sell out, and I probably made the sell out a condition of contract. I'm not sure if you could make it a condition of contract. Maybe. I guess it is your own company, so it's a contract with yourself. It is half owned by Sam Mangan as well, who owns James Cosmetics with Emily Skyfit, and also owns a PR company, and also is like James Charles's manager. But yeah, I guess I feel like everybody's forgotten about the Stax thing by now, so I'm not sure if it would be related at all to her wanting her skincare to sell out. Someone's saying here that it was defamation laws, and that's why Celeb Spellcheck shut down, or not shut down, but stopped posting. Celeb Spellcheck has said before that there has not been any legal issues, so I believe that that's true, because I mean, I have had legal issues and I'm able to disclose that. It's fine. Like, I think that she would tell us if there were legal issues, and I believe she said that there's not. Why does no one cover Simone Anderson? This is another one I get asked every week. So again, this is because it's years ago that this happened. So it says here she pledged to donate to the Churchill terror victims and the Women's Refuge. She accidentally bought a Merc and a house instead. Yeah, so this was a court case, and Simone proved that she did donate to the charity that she said she was going to donate to, but she did it a week before she appeared in court. So she did it, it seems, purely to appease the court, I guess. But yeah, this was years ago, and I try to stick to more current updates. People can tell bad stories about celebrities on their podcast. Oh, this is on the Shameless podcast that they now have a celebrity, celebrity segment. An Aussie influencer. Is it an Aussie influencer segment? Sorry. A celeb segment. Yeah, that'd be cool to listen to people's stories about meeting celebrities. I'd like to listen to that. Ruby Tuesday Matthews no longer wears her engagement ring. Do we think her and Shannon have broken up? But they're just playing nice due to their joint business, Ruby. I don't think they've broken up. No, I don't think so. As I said, I follow her subscription and she talks about him, and I can't remember the last time she showed him, but I don't think they've broken up. She did say this week that she has been really trying to focus on, nourishing her body and putting on weight, because she knows she lost a lot of weight in the last few months, and yeah, she hasn't spoken about him lately. Florence for Indy's baby name, or maybe Autumn. Autumn. I don't know if Navy would be able to pronounce that. Why isn't Reece Hawkins seeing any of his kids? I believe he is seeing his children. He just doesn't post about it, which I think is a good move on his behalf, because whether he does or doesn't post about them, he gets so much hate. Any updates on Sofa and Carla unfollowing Holly Mueller? Well, my update is that a few weeks ago I posted about this on my stories, that Sofa and Carla didn't, like, they were in Europe when Holly broke up with her boyfriend, and they didn't like contact her about it, and there was like a bit of tension because of that. But then when they got back, they were like, okay, well, you know, everything's good, we'll still be friends. And then, yeah, I posted that on my stories, but then Holly's sister replied saying, this isn't true, they're still all best friends. And now Sofa and Carla have blocked Holly, so not sure what's going on there. But yeah, they're also no longer friends with Sam Guggs. So something's going on with all those girls. They're all just feuding. I think it must just be an age thing. Are you on Tattle? I've never had any luck registering for it. You do not need to register for Tattle to view Tattle. So it is a public forum. You can just, like, if you want to read about somebody, say Ashy Bynes, you just Google Ashy Bynes Tattle, and then it will come up. It'll be the first thing that comes up. But just be aware that I don't encourage people to read Tattle. It is, yeah, not a very positive space. Let's just say that. Do I think Sofa is the problem with her friends, and she seems to stop being friends with a few people after being super close? I guess it's possible, yeah. Like the fact that she has blocked quite a few close friends lately, that doesn't seem great. I do think that she comes across as such a great influencer. Like, she's very charitable, she doesn't drink alcohol, she, yeah, like, I don't know, there's lots of good things that appear, she appears to be a really good influence on the younger generation. But yeah, maybe she does have trouble keeping friends. It would also be really hard for her, I think, because she is so famous. It would be hard to know what people's intentions are when they want to be friends with her. I heard Indy Clinton's name is Velzi. Velzi. That does end in E, though, and it apparently doesn't end in E. But Velzi would definitely be something different. Velzi Valentine, same middle name as Bambi. I don't think she'd do that. She specifically said she wants something that ties in with that. But yeah, Velzi. Have you been sent anything about Nakia Joy? I've never heard anything about her. Is she just really unproblematic? You're right. I don't hear anything about her. I do watch her content. I was watching her content tonight, actually. But I think that her audience is a lot of American people. Like, even when you watch her YouTube videos, the style of her videos is very American influencer. I think that she doesn't live in a major city, I believe. So I think that she sort of keeps to herself a bit. And yeah, I think that she's just not problematic. I think that that's correct. Like, she doesn't seem to hang out with other influencers and things either. So maybe that's also why she doesn't get talked about, because she's not networking. So she's not seen a lot and talked about a lot. But yeah, she seems to be successful at her career on Instagram and YouTube. So that's really great. People are talking about the football. I've told you all I do not care about sport. I'm just saying that because it's funny that I literally don't care about sport and people think it's very un-Australian of me. Olivia Mathers has lost so much weight since her breakup. Yeah, I have had a lot of people saying that. She's also started doing OnlyFans, so maybe it's like part of her wanting to look a certain way for that. But yeah, it seems to be a common thing that people do lose weight after a breakup, unfortunately. Maybe Mirabelle for Indy's baby. It's a type of plum. Yeah, well, that would go with the Disney theme, Mirabelle and Bambi. Mirabelle. Definitely could be that, because I feel like Navy would struggle to pronounce it. It doesn't end in E. That really does fit the clues we've been given. Jade Tunchi pregnancy announcement coming. Check all her latest posts. I can't because she's blocked me, unfortunately, but Interesting. Somebody check her post for me and send me screenshots, please. Or I could look up like that anonymous viewer thing, actually. Sorry, everyone's talking about Tessie's house. What's the most shocking influencer update you've ever heard? 100% is Gracie Piscopo's boyfriend, Andre, the accusations maybe that he murdered his mum. I don't believe he has been charged with that yet. I think that he is awaiting trial, but I remember when I heard that story at first, that is 100% the most shocking influencer story ever. Thoughts on Toby Pierce and Rachel Dillon's engagement? I get the ick and controlling from him. Kayla Itzinas recently did an interview with Mark Burris, and she did speak about Toby. You could tell she was trying to be... Oh my gosh, my husband's being so noisy. Anyway, you could tell that Kayla was trying to speak nicely about Toby, but I feel like she was holding back a bit. And yeah, she did imply that... This is just my opinion, sorry, that she implied that he was a bit controlling in their relationship. I don't know if he would still be like that, but I think that Rachel is so gorgeous. Like, her personality is just so gorgeous, and she seems so stoked and happy. And she posted a video of like him with her family, and he just seemed to like really enjoy that, and they enjoyed having him there. So I think that it's a really great relationship. But yeah, I do get a little bit of hesitation when I look at his past relationships. But yeah, people can change, you know. How can Reece see his kids when he lives overseas? So an aeroplane is the answer to that. I believe he flies on an aeroplane to see his children. He does every now and then post about his children, like a photo of him with them, but it's very rare. And I think that he probably sees them more than what he's posting about. Best forums for podcast and influencers gossip. I think that there's a few good Facebook groups. So there's the Outspoken Podcast Facebook group. That's a good one. The So Dramatic Podcast Facebook group. That's also got a lot about mainly maths contestants. They really love maths contestants on there. And yeah, they're probably the best ones, I think. Oh, someone's saying here they watched Holly's live before with Georgie, and they said Holly is still with her boyfriend. Yeah, I was watching the live as well. Honestly, those girls, they're just so young. I think that's what it is. Like, the stuff they talk about, I was like, wow, this is so PG. Like, they were talking about, they were guessing each other's birthdays. It was just like date of birth. It was just so random. Georgie does have a jewelry collection coming out. So she hasn't said which company it's with, but yeah, she's shown a few of the pieces, and she said she's designed it with schoolgirls in mind because they have to wear like dainty jewelry, like dainty necklace and earrings and rings and stuff. They can't wear like chunky stuff. So yeah, I know that she's very young and her target audience is very young. But yeah, Holly is still with her boyfriend. That is correct. There was a period though where they broke up and then they got back together. And that was pretty much when Sophie was in Europe. Did you see the Rise and Conquer podcast snippet get put up about choosing to take on sickness, etc.? It must have been deleted. Yes, there was a snippet from Georgie Stevenson's podcast where her co-host Atia said that somebody had written in that they believe that people choose to get sick. So they believe that the person is presented with a virus and they choose with their thoughts whether to take that on or to push that virus away, like take it on and get sick or push it away. And Georgie said that she does believe that. She 100% believes that. She was like, wow, that's really interesting. I 100% believe that. But then the comment section was very much people saying like, what about children? Children don't choose to be sick and people don't choose to get cancer. And the video was quickly taken down. So I don't know the full context of the video. It was a snippet from a podcast episode. So I would like to hear the context around it. But they did mention just viruses, so I'm not sure if that was what they were talking about, just viruses that people choose to take on, but obviously we all know that that's not true. People do not choose to get sick with their thoughts. You cannot think getting sick. Like, if my sick daughter sneezes on my face, I can't think I'm not going to get sick. Like, I guess I don't believe that. Other people can believe what they like. It has been 46 minutes, so I do need to wrap things up. Sorry, I haven't really kept up with the comments this week. I've been talking too much. If you do have other questions that I haven't answered, you can always send me a DM after this as well, by the way. Someone's saying that Reese only posts about his children when he does see them, but I mean, how would we know? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, Georgie Stevenson, she's announced another collection with Loose Kid, LSKD. And yeah, I reckon it looks really great. I think that the blazer is such a unique concept for an activewear brand and it looks really cool. I do want to buy it, of course, but I probably won't because I don't like buying things online because of the fit and stuff. It makes me annoyed when like I order it and then I have to send it back because it doesn't fit, and yeah, it's just really tricky. Oh, sorry. Someone listened to the Red Hot pod today because they love jazz and really like Riley, but my God, it was so hard to listen to compared to High Scrollers. Never really watched Lily, but maybe because it's new. Interesting. I feel like High Scrollers is a very like light entertainment podcast. It's like a reality show in that like, sorry, my eye's a bit funny. You just listen to it and it's just relaxing. Like, you're not going to learn anything from it. You're not going to, you know, it's not teaching you life lessons or anything. But the Red Hot pod, I guess that's more interviews, but I think that there were some good aspects of it. But yeah, I don't know, Jazz and Riley, I really like them as influencers, but I feel like I would have liked to hear more business sort of stuff. They kind of just, again, talked about just sort of like surface level things like traveling together and a few funny little stories. But yeah, maybe because it's new, Lily isn't sure. Like, she kind of just wanted the interview to be fun, maybe, rather than like getting into nitty gritty. Everybody seems to think it was quite funny that Jazz said that she thinks she's hotter than her boyfriend, whereas Riley and Lily said that they think their boyfriends are hotter than them. That was quite funny. Why did Roxy Jasenko move to Singapore? So I believe it's because her husband, Oliver Curtis, got a high-paying job there. She's not saying that that's the reason, but that's what I believe. So he was working for his dad in Tasmania in Australia, so he didn't really see his family very often because he lived in Tasmania and they lived in Sydney. And he was kind of blacklisted from being a high-paid person in Australia because of his insider trading back in 2007 and 2008, which he went to jail for. So I think that by moving to Sydney, they've got that anonymity, or whatever it's called. I can't say that word. They're a bit more anonymous in Singapore, where he can get a high-paying job and have a fresh start. And Roxy's saying that she also likes being anonymous, that she can walk around the streets and stuff and no one knows who she is. So yeah, they're saying that that's why. Okay, sorry, I'm just reading now. I need to just sign off because it's been too long. But thank you everybody so much for tuning in this week, and I will upload it to YouTube and do the timestamps. And yes, as I said, if I didn't answer your question, please DM me and we can chat in there. And if you want to sign up to Close Friends and get the daily updates on your stories, I do have a link in my bio. So I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you. Bye.